And in the background, when he's doing this, he's listening to a Kiss song. You know that group Kiss, the old
Yeah,
rock
yeah.
group.
Everybody knows Kiss.
So
And if they
he
don't, they need to look.
so in that scene, there's this montage in my novel. There's a montage, and he's seeing himself do all these things, and he's kind of like, he's feeling like a rock star when he's doing these horrible things. And the song "Calling Dr. Love" is in there. So he's picturing like climbing over fences and looking in windows and sneaking in homes while this song "Calling Dr. Love" is playing in the background. It's a montage. So now in the screenplay, that montage is out. That's way too expensive, So I had to figure out a way to make this work. And also, there's no way we're going to get the rights for that Kiss song, right? So what I did was I had a guy do a sound-alike song, so it's got a similar tune, and I had it
Yeah.
where instead of the whole montage, he watches the news reporter talk about his crimes. He turns it off. He goes into his room and he starts dancing to the music, and that's the scene without the montage. Actually, that was mostly the director's idea to make it like that, but I also had to format the screenplay where we cut out the whole montage. We changed that song to a song that we can, afford. And so there's a lot of things like that. And this went on for like basically like a year and a half until, and then there was the casting. I said, you got to let me do like what they did with the casting was they had a casting director, I guess the name would be, and he was a part of it, and this casting director was a part of it. So they had this big meeting with this audition. Like I think like 40 people showed up, and or maybe 50 people or more. So they filmed it all, and he was actually in Dubai at the time, and he hired a guy to do that. So the guy films all these people auditioning, and is like, you got to let me choose the main character, Jay. This is really important. This guy's got to be right. The whole movie will suck if we have a bad Jay. So what happened was that guy, that casting director guy, he completely flaked out. Like he wanted too much money. He actually said, "We're going to change the story. We're not going to make it about a rapist." I said, "This story is about a rapist. I'm sorry. It's not a good topic.
Yeah.
It's not a nice thing, but that's what the story's about." So we got rid of that guy. So Sif wound up going to UK. Like he took off, I think, like a month for this to go to take care of all this. So um, he goes to UK. He does the audition stuff himself, and he sends me all the videos. So like that whole now, most of the people I chose were in the movie, but there was certain like because it's an indie movie and there's so many things happening. Sometimes it couldn't always be what I wanted. So he's like, "Oh, we couldn't get that person, but we got this person." So for the most part, I had a big part in the casting, big part in the music. So but what happened with the lead character is it was not anybody in the audition. It was somebody that Asif, the director and producer, already knew, and he was I think he's from Iceland or someplace, but he lived in Dubai and worked as an actor, and he wound up being our lead character, and he did a phenomenal job. So that worked out really good. Another lady in the casting was Mouse, who's like the romantic interest in this story, and he also found her, and she looks like a model, and they're both tall, and they look like a realistic couple.